Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's a modern investing on Pod TV. My name is Sasha Star, and our guest today hopefully will be Jim Eat from Eat Foundation, and we can start the show now. Show will be short because there is a very important soccer match or football match, if you wish. Uh, Portuguese team, one of the strongest in this championship is playing Democratic Republic of Congo, which is not one of the strongest teams. So we expect certain result. And mm, speaking about investment, today is the second day of the meeting about interest rates. And everybody expects them to be unchanged, but we will see. It's at 2 o'clock will be a decision announced. So market is really kind of just waiting, so to speak. Some stocks are slightly higher, some slightly lower, so they're all waiting for this decision, and they're not prepared to gamble one way or another. And we'll see what's happened, though. The stocks are basically moving very little. Nvidia is down a little bit, around 40 cents, and so what I'm mitigating the Nvidia by selling covered calls, and then when the stock is going down, I'm buying them back at lower price, generating some profits here and there, and that's about it. I don't know, Mark, do you have any
Well,
questions?
what's the big news on the um, Elon Musk and the IPO and everything like that? Because I guess he's now a trillionaire. He was already a billionaire, and I guess he's now a trillionaire. So, what's the news from an investment standpoint about this big investment? I know a lot of people, I guess, were excited. Some people, I don't think you were trying to invest in it, but other people, I guess, are trying to invest in his company as it went public and everything like that. With his help, would help to make him this rich guy and everything like that. But what is your take on this Elon Musk investment and I guess him becoming the first trillionaire ever in the world?
He is a trillionaire, at least on paper, and how about investing in this? There is a rule of 10 days. If the stock will keep up price of $175 per share and higher, that would unlock a lot of insiders who will be able to start selling their stock. And there are a lot of people who became millionaires, like janitors and some workers, cleaners, and so on. And I'm pretty sure that they would like to unload their stock at almost any price to get their money, and rightfully so. So, in this situation, the last thing what I would consider is buying stock at around what, $200 level. No, I'm not going to do that. So the other people, I mean, they like to try. So maybe stock will go up to $300, maybe $500, maybe even $10,000 a share. We'll see. Why not? There
Yeah,
are a lot
that
of
makes
people.
sense and everything like that. How would what are some of the products or service industries that you think people should be looking at? Because I know you oftentimes talk about it, and you're very correct that a lot of people can't even afford the groceries because the inflation is a real thing. Some people are thinking that we're in a recession, other people are thinking we're in a depression. But what is your take on the U.S. economy and everything like that? I know we have the Economics Monday show, and I've heard you talk to Mr. Walker and everything like that. But I just wanted your take on where we stand and if there are any industries that you think that we should be investing in if we're going to get involved in investments. I know you're definitely a big fan of Nvidia and the whole microchip industry, but anything else that we should be looking at?
There is no such thing as U.S. economy. There is a one economy of AI trade. It consists of 41% of all stock market capitalization. It's AI. All the rest, and we're talking about 15 biggest AI stocks. If you're talking about cheap stocks and so on, but when you're talking about the rest of the economy, there is no economy. It's sort of existing. I'm not canceling that at all, but there is very little opportunity. And if AI will reverse, all markets will go down big, big time, and people will take their losses anyway. So you know what? For the time being, if you're not in AI, it's too late to jump in. On the other hand, it's too dangerous to short AI because there is a very powerful uptick on that. So you have to just wait, bide your time, uh, go and see soccer.
Going to soccer. Soccer is a big investment. A lot of people are spending their money going to the soccer matches. Actually, I ran into a lady last week when I was doing a tour. I think that was last Tuesday and everything, and she was going to be going to the game between Cape Verde, which is the team that upset or tied Spain against Paraguay. I think it was
Yeah.
Paraguay against Cape Verde, the match that she was going to be going to in Miami. So some people are investing in these tickets. I understand these tickets are not exactly cheap and everything like that, but then again, the tickets to the soccer match, I mean, to the hockey matches and to other sports haven't been exactly cheap either. So I don't know. That's what I was asking you earlier on our news show. If you're going to get an opportunity to make a entertainment investment and go to a soccer match in Canada, because I do know there are going to be some matches in Canada as well. So will you get a chance to go to any match live, or are you just going to watch it on TV?
No, I'm watching matches on TV, and the money that I spent for tickets, traveling, and so on, I'm using to try to predict results of the matches. And yesterday was absolutely fantastic day for making bets because the strongest teams won quite convincingly, a lot of goals. So there were a lot of winning bets available. Let's see what's today matches. I bet that Portugal would win against the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is quite predictable. I made a bet that England Croatia will be either a win of England or a draw. And the other two matches, they're fairly easy. I even don't remember if I already put bets on them or I will do it later on today.
Yeah. Well, apparently, and I know this is part of the investment world as well. Oil prices apparently plummeted below $80 a barrel because of this agreement. So, are we going to see better investment for those that get around by car, or even those that get around like me by bus, in terms of the transportation costs and everything like that? Because it does look like oil prices plummeted below $8 a barrel because of this tentative agreement. So, are we going to see a increase or a better situation economically and financially, even into maybe some people are going to start investing in oil companies? I know that Kim oftentimes talks about going to CERAWeek and learning what the oil industry is doing. But what is your take on what's going on? Because they're even saying that Dow gains, tech stocks slipped as the Fed meeting is beginning today. So I guess that's the Feds are meeting in the next day or two, and they will influence the economy as well.
I think that the oil prices will move higher. First of all, it's not certain that whatever agreement with Iran will be signed. There are too many obstacles of that, and the nobody saw the text of the agreement. There were some leaks, but I don't know how we can trust those leaks. So this is factors. Another thing is that even if it's all signed and Strait of Hormuz is open, it's not going to happen in one day that all the tankers with oil will move out of Strait of Hormuz and will deliver that oil. It will take a month, maybe much longer, to bring this oil back to the market. So anything is possible. Stock, I believe that it's not going to go to $120, but it may go to close to $100 per gallon quite easily.
Yeah, it makes sense. I know that you are a big fan. I mentioned that earlier of Nvidia, and I saw this article. It was actually from the Motley Fool about the three of the best growth stocks to buy for less than $100 a day. So some people may have $100, and that's actually not a bad investment. So they've said in this article, buying good growth stocks at reasonable prices can help set you up for some tremendous gains later on. It can be a great idea to invest in many of them, since it's not always obvious which stocks may surge in value. And they argued that Nvidia was a top tech company a decade ago, but its recent surge, driven by growth opportunities in artificial intelligence, they're saying came virtually out of nowhere. So among the stocks that they are suggesting, I don't know your thoughts around this. So the three growth stocks that they were talking about in this article that maybe among the best that you can buy for less than $100 right now are Netflix, and I've even heard Nick talk about Netflix, Robinhood Markets, and Uber Technologies. And this is what they're saying could be good values for under 100 and everything like that. So apparently, shares of the streaming giant Netflix are currently trading at around $80, and they're down 16% this year. And for investors, they're saying this could be one of the best growth stocks to buy on the dip. So, what is your thoughts around these three stocks, and would you invest in either one of those three?
Yes, NVIDIA right now is an interesting opportunity. Although don't forget that $80, it's old $800 because it got split 10 to 1. But even so, its valuation is basically getting quite attractive. So maybe just make a small bet. I wouldn't buy more than 100 shares anyway. Yeah, I can buy some Uber, maybe less attractive. But yeah, you can try it all depends on the directions of the market. If the market will go down, then all the stocks will go down just as well. But you can try. Why I'm so hooked up on Nvidia is that Nvidia now today represent a store of value. Its price per earning is just around 30, which is very attractive. It used to be Nvidia had the price per earnings 100 and more. So at 30, it represents the value, and I think uh, probably a year from now I would look at $250 a share, maybe higher.
What are you thinking about these mergers? I know that Nick talked about Fox buying Roku, and I'm then seeing that Walt Disney closed at 101.28, which was down 0.40, and Warner Brothers Discovery ended at $26.6, slipping 0.86% as investors are reassessing streaming competitions and consolidation. So this whole Fox merger isn't just one of others, because Paramount Skydance is acquiring media giants as well. But definitely there's that news report that Netflix was also interested in buying Roku after being outbid by Fox. And that seems to be raising investors' concerns. But what are your thoughts around the entertainment market and its shakeup around mergers and consolidations?
I'm skeptical on that entertainment market because I think Netflix represents better opportunities. And to tell you the truth, all these analysts, they're saying, oh, the stock is going to go higher or so on. But you question, what about this company of this analyst? At what price they got their stock? Maybe the stock is trading at 100, but their entry was at 20 or $30. So they don't care. It could go higher than $100 a share. It can go also lower. So you are going to hold the back. Not they. They already made their money several times over and over. So therefore, I don't put a lot of. I think it's all noise. I disregard it entirely.
And that makes sense. Speaking of noise, there are rumors around Netflix because apparently, like I said, Netflix apparently was interested in the whole notion of buying Roku and everything like that. But they're also saying that Netflix could be looking or had been looking at Lionsgate Studio. And then there's a Tyra Banks. We know she's an international model, has initiated a defamation lawsuit against Netflix, which is added to the risk and everything like that. So they're asking whether you should buy Netflix stock when it is having rumors of either purchasing things or losing some money in a defamation lawsuit that Tyra Banks is bringing out and everything like that. So, what is your thoughts around Netflix? Would you invest in Netflix?
Yes, I would. Maybe even wait a little bit. Maybe it will go slightly lower. So I wouldn't put all my money into Netflix right now. I would buy maybe 50 shares for now. And if it will go lower, then you'll buy another 50 shares. So your average will be lower. Now, on the other hand, if it will move up, you can still buy another 50 shares because your average will be lower than the price at which Netflix is trading. So I think fundamentally the company is very good, and maybe at this point it represents kind of a value.
And it makes a lot of sense and everything like that. You mentioned the soccer matches, and I know that a lot of people are following those and everything like that. I know you're a big soccer fan. I do try to catch some matches myself as well. So definitely just your thoughts around what are the soccer matches that you're expecting today, and who do you think people should be betting on in the soccer matches for Wednesday the 17th? I know you mentioned that Portugal is playing, but other ones that folks should be playing as well.
Portugal is already up 1-0.
Okay.
So obviously, if you will bet now, you will get much lesser odds because it's already leading 1-0. Um, Now the other one, England, Croatia. I think the solid bet is first team, which is England, will not lose. So you
Okay.
take England and a draw. So
Okay.
that's, in my opinion, very sound, very good bet. I don't believe that Croatia would be able to win against England. It's possible. Croatia is very, very good team, but still England, a lot of quality players, good coach. So I would say those are too much. See, I don't remember what they are, to tell the truth, because I have to go through this too much before I will start bet on the other two. Although I do have one express bet, which is okay. I put England or tie. I have Portugal. I have Colombia.
Okay.
Colombia against Uzbekistan. This is, in my opinion, quite obvious bet. And the other one, Ghana against, I think, Panama. I didn't bet on that much. I think that Ghana is a favorite, but very
Yeah.
slight, slightly so. So I wouldn't bet. Maybe I would take Ghana with a draw. Maybe that would make some sense. Maybe all both teams will score. Maybe that's another bet to consider.
So like a 1-1 score or something like that. So it would be a
Yeah,
draw
yeah.
with a
Well,
point.
you don't have to name the score. It could be 0-0. It could be 1-1, 2-2. But well, 0-0, you will lose your bet. Both teams to score. But 1-1, 2-2, and 3-3. I don't think it will happen. But 1-1, 2-2. Yeah, possible results.
I'm gonna let you get to your match, and we'll end it shortly and
Okay.
everything like that. But before we end, just really quickly, the other question I was going to ask you is: some people are concerned about the AI bubble being worse than the dot-com crash and bust. And I was going to ask Jim if he had made it and everything like that, because I know he spent some time in Silicon Valley and all along those lines. But what is your take on the AI bubble? Are you concerned that it will be a bust and that some of these AI companies will actually wind up imploding or exploding and not having the kind of success that they've been having for many years now and everything like that? Because there's even some articles that I've been reading that are speculating that the AI bubble could be worse than the dot crash bubble, and we know that that dot crash bubble bankrupted a lot of individuals.
It's a very possible scenario. Although I think that Republicans will try to keep stock market going until midterm election at least. So that's also a little kind of providing a little bit of a cushion to stay on the market. Um, Also, surprisingly, Nvidia, in that case, even if the market will drop, Nvidia is one to stay. It's not going to disappear. It can lose a lot of value. It can go down from, say, 200 and what is it, 207 today. I think in the worst case scenario, it could go to 165. But still, it will be around. But there are a lot of small companies that a lot of them will go bust.
Yeah, it
So you
sounds
have
like
to
it and
be very
everything like that.
careful.
Well, as you're getting ready to go watch the TV and the soccer
Yeah.
matches, what are some of the other things that you'll be watching on the stock market and on the kind of economic standpoint, and particularly in investments for this week before we come back next week? And hopefully, Jim will be joining us next week and all along those lines.
Well, at 2 o'clock, we will hear the Feds what they are going to do, and the talk is that they are not going to go into extensive comments or so on. They will just say, okay, the rates are here to stay, or we will lower them, or we will make them higher. Most people think that they will stay where they are. On Friday, there is a signing of this agreement, and but Friday market is closed anyway. Are we going to be open on Friday? We're going to have all the usual shows.
Yeah, we'll have all the usual shows on Friday.
Okay, that's about it. And then Monday we'll see what's the week is ahead of us.
We'll
Okay,
see what the week is ahead of us. You have a great day there in Canada. I
thank
know
you.
you'll be enjoying the soccer matches along with your wife and what other family friends that may be coming to watch the match
Yeah,
with you. But definitely, y'all have a good time watching the match. I'm gonna try to watch some soccer myself, and I'm also gonna try to see where Carolina is in the College World Series because they're still in the match. They made it through, and they're now in that double elimination round because that's the way the College World Series work. You got two chances to lose, and they haven't lost yet. So even if they lose a game, and I think they play either today or tomorrow, they would have to lose twice to not make it to the championship rounds and everything like that. So hopefully they'll maintain that good luck and everything like that. But there's a lot of good sports. I think did the French Open finish, or is there still the tennis match going on?
Wimbledon will start pretty soon too.
Wimbledon will be starting soon, and I definitely love tennis. My dad was an avid tennis player. Actually played against Arthur Ashe when they were both youngsters and everything like that. So I'm looking forward to
Nice.
seeing some good tennis and some other good sports as well. But get ready to end this show with our usual intro and outro, and I will catch you on tomorrow on the World Edition and some of our other programming as well.
Okay, thank you and see
Bye bye.
you.
See you.
Bye bye.